Welcome to the 𝕻𝖊𝖜 podcast.
Oh, shit! What you waiting for?
Yo, what the fuck is up, everyone? 𝕻𝖜 here, back again with another podcast episode. I'm back. Thank you guys for tuning in to a new episode. It really does mean a whole lot. And before I get to talking about today's episode, I want to shamelessly plug that you can support the podcast. There are links down below. It is through Anchor. You can donate any amount. It could be some change. It could be whatever you want. Any contribution helps the podcast. It keeps the lights on around here. So it really does mean a lot to me. Anyways, I hope you guys have been doing well. I just got back from an epic one-night camping trip with my wife this Memorial Day weekend. It was just Sunday. It wasn't actually the whole weekend, but it was Sunday through Monday. We did it at Morrow Mountain State Park in North Carolina. It was absolutely beautiful, and it was great to be able to get away just from the hustle and bustle of everything. I hope you guys had an awesome Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you guys made memories with your family, of course. We cannot forget about the ones who were left behind and the ones that have fallen in times of war, so that we can, have these freedoms that we do in the States. I want to give a special shout out to all my veteran friends out there, and I hope you guys are doing well. If anyone is struggling that's close to me, or they feel like they're close to me, you can always reach out to me, okay? Hit me up on Instagram. You can even do it through the podcast. I'm always down to listen, to help, whatever I can do. It may not be much, but, I offer my support and love. I hope everyone is doing well out there. I really do. I know I struggle with some things myself. So I'm going to donate this episode today to mental health. I struggle just as much as everyone else out there. And, I just want to give a special shout out to those who are struggling with anxiety, depression, whatever it is. I support you, and I'm here for you. I'm always going to be your friend. But anyway, let's turn this around. We're going to have a great time today. This is a special episode. I got to talk to Jake of Morning in May. That's right, you heard it. It was a pleasure speaking with you. We got to speak about this whole emo revival going on right now with pop punk, be it the scene, whatever you want to call it. We kind of focused around how to get signed to a record label. This guy's worked with people like Garrett, Rapp of 𝕻𝖊𝖜 𝕻𝖕, Justin Morrow of 𝕻𝖬𝖜 and Motionless, and of course 𝕻𝖬𝖜 of 𝕻𝖬𝖜, Blessthefall, and the Word Alive. So this guy's worked with a lot of people. I would, seriously consider everything that he says in the episode for people that are trying to grow their band and they don't really know what to do next. Maybe this will be helpful. Stick around. We're going to play some music. I know this was a lengthy intro, but you know what? I love you guys. All right? It's been a while. Actually, it hasn't. It's been like a week. We're going to get into this episode. Here's my conversation with Jake from Morning in May.
Let's get it.
Love, but 100 tries. Just running from the demons in your mind. Then I took yours, even into mine. I didn't notice cause my love was blind. Said I'd catch you if you fall. And if they laugh, then fuck them all. And then I got you off your knees, put you right back on your feet, just so you can take advantage of me.
What's up, my dudes? 𝕻𝖜 here. This is 𝕻𝖊𝖜 podcast. Thank you for tuning in as always. And today, I'm hanging out with Jake from Morning in May. What's going on, dude?
Woo! What's up? How's it going?
Pretty good. I can't complain. So how's your evening doing in Ohio?
My evening in Cleveland is very wet. It's very cloudy. It's very boring, and it's kind of sad.
I feel that. No, it's kind of like raining over here, so getting a similar vibe for sure.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for doing this podcast, and I've recently checked out the band or whatever. Recent new fan of the band. I really like what you guys are doing. So explain to me how long have? No, actually, you guys have went through a recent lineup change, correct?
We did. It was kind of weird. Yeah. So COVID kind of like rocked the boat a little bit. We were just going on tour after tour and stuff. We kind of had, like, my guys were burned out. They were like, they're starting to get a little older and stuff. And they're like, I don't know if we can keep doing this and all that stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. So we got new members, and then, they were just friends of mine, but we were writing music and stuff, and COVID kind of just fizzled everything out. So just kept going.
I understand that. No, I totally get that. How old are you, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I am now 26.
All right, sick. I'm 30, so.
There we go.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting up there, man. But I've followed the scene, you know, I say that with air quotes, I guess since like, I don't know, fucking 09, 08 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like one of those things that once you get in it, you're kind of like indebted to the scene in a way.
Yeah, for sure, man. I can't escape if I tried. Yeah.
So like, I want to ask the obvious question, or, you know, maybe I'm seeing things, but is there like an emo revival going on at the moment, or am I just seeing things?
Yeah, there's definitely, it's getting weird. I don't know what it's going to be. But I mean, like MGK started doing stuff, 𝕻𝖕 𝖲𝖘𝖙. It's a different kind of, it's a new wave. Yeah. I mean, I talk to people about this all the time. Like all of the emo bands back in the day, they're starting to like do like returns, revivals. The old bands are getting back together and stuff like that. And, yeah, man, definitely. There's something going on.
I think it's probably just because, you know, like people that grew up listening to this type of stuff. I mean, that's like kind of like all they've known, and like, you know, they basically became loyal to the scene, right? So, yeah. Like, what are some like bands, I guess, that you're super loyal to and you always kind of return to in a sense?
Oh, for sure. Fall Out Boy. I don't know why, man. Like 2003 when I heard him and on, it's just always, I just listen to him. Like today, I listened to probably 6 of their songs. Yeah, Fall Out Boy, All Time Low. I don't know, something weird about it.
I feel you. Do you like get on TikTok a lot? I didn't really like try to look you up on TikTok, but
not so much. I had videos that just kind of, I'm trying to figure out the medium, but it's so weird. Like we'll post a song, it'll get a couple hundred or like 1,000 views, and then I post something stupid and it just like gets thousands and thousands and thousands of views. It's, I don't like it. I think it's kind of weird, but my manager's just like, dude, TikTok, it's the way to go. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, do all that stuff now. There was a point where he just called me all the time. He's like, hey, are you on TikTok? Are you making a video? Okay, make a video. Like that. I'm like, dude, I'm too old for this, man. I don't want to do this.
I feel you. I've been trying to get on there more and just kind of like, I don't know, loosen up, I guess. But yeah, there is a sense of like, am I too old for this? Because you look at all the trends and stuff like that, and you're like, man, like, I don't know if I'm really trying to do that. So
yeah, it's weird. I mean, you just got to adapt, I guess. You got to figure it out, see what you like about it. And then it's a very like niche kind of platform. You have to, whatever you do or whatever you like, just do that over and over and just keep doing that. Don't really deviate. It's a weird, the algorithm's all kind of weird. It's better than the other ones, but if you do the same thing, like a podcast would be great. Like if you just do little clips on that and just keep going, it kind of, it'll build. Yeah.
That's interesting. Like I was kind of like anti TikTok at the beginning, and, you know, of course I've lightened up or whatever, but yeah, I think anyone in the creator realm is definitely like, you should definitely get on that platform for sure. I don't know. It's kind of like trying to catch MySpace like early, because like it is an app for music, I guess. So it's like, I don't know. It just feels more appropriate than like Instagram or something like that. Almost.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it. I was like, it was originally made for music. It's kind of going away from that now, but
yeah.
Just I like being open to stuff for sure.
Well, anyway, sorry to bore you with this TikTok shit, but anyways, it's new to me, so like I'm just kind of like it's still kind of fascinating, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's still that mystery of trying to figure it out. But all right, so I want to play the first game. That way, I kind of get a feel for what you listen to in general. So we're gonna put you through the hot round, if you don't mind, and I'm gonna ask you a couple bandy the or questions. Promise there won't be too many of them, and I don't know. The golden rule of thumb is just say the first thing that comes to mind, and we'll kind of talk about your answer before we get into the next one. So I'll kick it off with the first question. All right. If I Die First or Outline in Color?
If I Die First.
Okay, cool. Are you super familiar with this band?
Not so much. I've heard both. I think I just like the vibe. I like the feel of If I Die First.
I feel you. I feel like I would see like your band and that band like on the same bill somewhere, like kind of have the same type of emo vibe.
I think that's why I like them. Yeah.
No, that's sick. So like your existing members right now, like I feel bad because like there's not like a whole lot of bio that I was like looking up. So, and like I like to get it straight from the source as well. So like, do you have like a drummer guitarist deal right now, or like how's that look?
I do actually. So I have friends just filling in. I kind of sat down with my manager and like the label and stuff, and my booking agent, and I was like, "Hey, so what do you guys think?" And they're like, "Yeah, you should probably just have people like fill out because I mean, I kind of do everything." So I just have friends like come in for tours and stuff. It kind of it's cool because it's a fresh feel every time. And I don't know if you've ever been like in a van with somebody for a month or whatever, but it's cool if you just keep filtering them out, you know.
I feel that.
Cool, because it's like chapters. It's kind of neat.
That's interesting. So like trying to kind of deviate from this a little bit, but like are you like your own like identity now? Like do you feel that way, or like are you a solo artist, or like how's that look right now for like your band?
I mean, I was never, and I tell everybody this, like since the beginning, I've never been like it's like a team effort kind of thing. So I kind of like building something together and all that stuff. But man, it's honestly, it's just been me the whole time. Like it sucks, and I'd rather have it another way, but like I guess it just works, man. I don't know. Like I kind of know what's best. I write the songs, I do all the business and stuff. My old guitarist that unfortunately just we had to separate for his like his health and stuff. I mean, it got really bad for him. So we're all like on speaking terms and stuff. It's all like fine. It's not like big brawl or anything, but it kind of, I did what I needed to do in their lives, and they, I guess, did what they needed for me. But like, I mean, if I do interviews or anything like that, it's always me. I kind of just take care of everything, and the guys, I just like to take care of them as well. So like, they don't have to do anything except for show up and play. So I kind of just, they just called me like dad and stuff on the road. I just take care of everything. So
no, that's dope. No, I was just curious because, you know, the way everything kind of is presented on like social media, it kind of does look like that, you know, from like the outside looking in. So I was kind of curious as to that. But no, I think that's really cool. And that's kind of why I threw in the If I Die First thing, because, you know, Little Lotus is kind of doing that like on his own terms. And, you know, he signed to Epitaph. So it makes more sense, I feel like, now for like a solo person, because you don't have to split. I would imagine you wouldn't have to split up the royalties as much.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all the same as far as it, like it all, it's just me. Yeah,
that's cool. Now I respect that a lot. No, I was sorry, it just kind of hit me now, but like I've been looking to, have this conversation with someone that's kind of doing like the band thing, but on an independent, independent terms, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's sick. I did something similar or whatever. That's kind of what Native Diamond stemmed from. I tried to do like a solo project because I was in bands and I hated it. Like I really just don't like being in bands. Like it's a creative space, and you kind of want to have your way in a sense, right? Like as a creator.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just like equal support and stuff. Like I'm totally open as far as like creative, as long as it sounds good was kind of my like angle. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like attitudes, and it's like, hey man, if you don't want to put in the work, then I guess I don't need you. Yeah.
I feel that. Next question. This should be easy for you. 𝕻𝖎𝖕 or Paramore?
Oh, Paramore.
All right. You said that with ease.
Yeah. I mean, I like 𝕻𝖎𝖕, but like they never, I don't know why. And it wasn't like overhyped or anything. Cause I mean, I've been listening to them as long as anybody else has. I liked what 𝕻𝖎𝖕 did, but I think Paramore just like hit me way harder.
I understand that. Definitely. It definitely had more of an influence on like me getting into heavier music.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I got into 𝕻𝖎𝖕 solely because at the time I was trying to impress this girl, like emo girl. And she was like, "Oh, that's my favorite band." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I didn't really know that band, so of course I did what any desperate guy would do and like started backtracking the catalog.
Yeah.
So that's guilty, as charged. Yeah, I will admit that one. But all right, next question. Curious to see as what you answer out of these two. I can't talk right now, sorry. All right, anyway. Nothing, Nowhere, or MGK?
Damn. Okay, so like here's the thing. I'm gonna have to say MGK because he's from Cleveland.
For sure.
I've listened to him longer. I don't listen to his rap stuff 100%. Like I've heard a lot of it, and I support him. I support anybody from Ohio. Like I
feel that.
If they're from Ohio, they're automatically like they're on my good list.
I feel that.
But I like what MGK is doing now. I don't know which one's better.
Right.
The stuff that I'm writing is more like Nothing Nowhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna say MGK.
I feel that.
Cleveland, yeah.
I understand that, and I would probably do the same thing because I'm from North Carolina, so there's not a whole lot of claim to fames. So like when you can back them up, right?
Right.
All right, next one. I don't know if you know this band. They're kind of new to me, so we'll see what you say. But Patient 67 or Meet Me at the Altar?
Probably Meet Me because I know them more. I've definitely heard of Patient 67.
Okay.
They're one of the bands that I've probably heard about in the last year and just haven't given them like a chance yet.
All right. It's kind of funny because I was doing some research about Morning in May, and Patient 67 popped up on a few playlists, and I checked them out. They kind of sound sick. It's like kind of like an easy core thing. It kind of reminded me of like a heavier Day to Remember.
I think I found out because they were on like our Pandora station or something. Like I was just flipping through, or somebody was listening to our Pandora station, and they were like, "Hey, have you heard this band?" I think that's how I figured out or found out about them, because I heard that they were like easy core or something like that, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds pretty cool." But like I don't know, man. I usually when I listen to all these new bands, I'm usually on the road because there's a lot of time, and I just sit there and go, okay, what band is everybody talking about? Throw them on. Let's listen to an album or something.
That's sick. And I don't know, like, do you have more than just Spotify? Like, do you only use Spotify or like? I
just use like YouTube and stuff. I don't even. I don't use Spotify all too much. Honestly, so probably Pandora and YouTube.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm always curious as like to like where people find new music and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think Pandora, Friends, or yeah, definitely Friends. I'm gonna have to say that's where I
Oh, sick.
got everybody. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, next one. Let's try these two. Point North or Fame on Fire?
Fame on Fire.
Oh shit, you said that pretty confident. So like what about that band made you choose them?
Because I haven't really listened to Point North all that enough to give them like I don't have anything behind it for me to pick them, I guess. I don't know.
I feel that.
Man, I've heard about and known about them for a while, yeah.
Yeah, they're cool. And they're kind of like I don't know, I heard a podcast with them and I don't want to like say false information, but I believe they're kind of like doing the same thing as you. And they also produce some like emo rappers or whatever.
Yeah.
From what I've heard. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, it just seems like a lot of people are like doing like DIY band stuff, between friends and whatnot.
Honestly, that's kind of what the music industry has made everybody. So it's weird. You've been in bands, right?
I have, yeah. Well, it was like high school, nothing serious.
Okay, so back in the day, like what you wanted to do is like get signed, and then the label pays for this and does that and puts you on like little tours, and then you build your name. Now it's like they don't even. I've talked to so many labels and so many like just friends in the business that are like, yeah, if you can't do it yourself, like if you can't do everything yourself, then we don't even want you. You gotta like, the more you can do for yourself and the less a label has to do for you, the more inclined they will like you.
That makes sense, yeah.
It's kind of weird because you don't need them. Like now you don't really need labels anymore because you can kind of just do everything yourself. And as long as you're hustling and your songs are popping, it's like, that's all you need.
I feel that. Well, like, all right, so speaking of that, since we're on the subject, I saw some kind of like record label switch ups, I guess, like because on the bottom of Spotify it tells you like where who put out the album, whatever. So like for you guys personally, so you went through Needful Things Records, and are you now on Manic Cat Records?
Yeah. So so Needful Things Records is owned by Tragic Hero Records, and Tragic Hero wanted to. They threw us on Needful Things to try to boost up the label, to try to get the label more clout or whatever.
Yeah.
So they did. We did an EP with them, and then it was fine. I mean, it was all right. They weren't doing anything I couldn't do for myself, so I kind of was like, I don't want to. I think we're done with this. We kind of outgrew the label, and then. We got pitched. A friend of ours pitched us to Manic Cat and said, "Hey, like, why don't you check out this band?" They reached out to us, and then we kind of were talking and figuring out what to do. And I wanted to make sure that wouldn't happen again. Like, they could offer us something that I couldn't already do.
Yeah,
and they were totally about it. The label completely, like, all of their A&R reps and stuff. Love the songs, love the band, all that stuff, and they're like, yeah, for sure. So it was cool.
That's dope. So like, I mean, do you feel a lot more comfortable now, or like, of course that you've been through all that process or whatever?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I definitely don't have to worry about as much. They give us more and they do more for us, and they're more like we're friends with everybody at Tragic Hero. It just was a relationship that wasn't working out. And this one kind of is. When you date somebody and you're like, this isn't going anywhere. Then you get a new girlfriend and you're like, oh yeah, this is what I was missing. So
I feel that.
Yeah.
All right, sick. Well, congratulations. Also, That's good to get out of a situation that's not beneficial, I guess.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, next one. You definitely know these two. So, Our Last Night or I Prevail.
Oh man. Oh, I don't. Wow, that is so weird that you say that, because they are equally. I equally dislike them as much as each other. I don't really like them. I don't like I Prevail because I respect them. They're cool. They're fine.
Yeah.
They're doing well. I don't like his voice, and I don't like that Our Last Night does so many covers. I mean, that's kind of what their band is.
Yeah.
I don't not like them at all because they're doing great. Like it's absurd. I would definitely like shake their hands for sure. They're just not my kind of stuff.
I feel that.
I guess I would go with I Prevail because I've seen them. I saw them with like Neck Deep and Pierce the Veil, and they were fine. They put on a good show. And every time I hear Our Last Night, I'm like, I can do this cover way better. So
I feel that. That's interesting. Yeah, like I've just kind of seen them like everywhere lately, like all over TikTok, all over, just everywhere, like Spotify. It's just crazy. Like I can't get on any playlist without seeing Our Last Night. It's just funny.
Yeah,
they're crushing it in some way.
Song, I think. Oh, what did they do? It just came out. I listened to it 5 times.
Yeah, I forgot too. Like, I know they did the Toy Story one, but there's one after that, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But anyway, actually, a sick cover, like, just off the top here, but like, have you heard the band 𝕺𝖊𝖜?
𝕺𝖊𝖜?
𝕺𝖊𝖜. It's like TALLAH. 𝕺𝖊𝖜, I think. But anyway, like, they did a cover of the Aladdin song. What was it? Friend of Me, or whatever it is.
Friend of Me?
Not Friend of Me. God damn it. What is it? The one that the genie sings. But yeah. So they did that, and it's sick. It's like heavy. They're like kind of like they kind of remind me of Slipknot, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of a little bit more new metal.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Interesting. Sorry, that was just kind of random, but I wanted to plug that. Okay. That's it. We got to take a break. Okay. I want to play a fucking banger for you guys from Morning in May. This is going to be this week's hidden gem in this whole mid-roll section. Okay. You come here to hear those fucking hot songs that you never thought you needed, but you are right now years old, and here we go. We're going to spin some shit for you. This is a cover song, okay? Morning in May. It's called Without Me. You'll know it, I promise. It's a super sick cover. And, per request, Jake wanted this song played, okay? We discussed this off air. And you know what? I just want to thank you guys for sticking around, okay? I really do appreciate it. Go listen to some more Morning in May. If you like emo, screamo type stuff, pop punk, you're gonna love this band, I promise you. Let's take a break. Let's jam some fucking music. Okay, I'm about to eat this churro. Let's get it. Break down churro. Let's do this.
100 tries, just running from the demons in your mind. Then I took yours and made it mine. I didn't notice cause my love was blind. Said I'd catch you if you fall, and if they wasn't, fuck them all. And then I got you off your knees, put you right back on your feet, just so you can take advantage of me. Tell me how's it feel, sitting up there, feeling too high, but too far away to hold me. You know I'm the one who put you up there, leaning in the sky, cause you ever get lonely, thinking you can leave without me, thinking you can leave without me. Baby, I'm the one who put you up there, I don't know why, thinking you can leave without me, leave without me. Baby, I'm the one who put you up there, don't know why, you don't have to say just what you did, I already know, I had you going right up to bed. So tell me how's it feel, tell me how's it feel, sitting up there, feeling too high, but too far away to hold me. You know I'm the one who put you up there, leaning in the sky, cause you ever get lonely, thinking you can leave without me, thinking you can leave without me. Baby, I'm the one who put you up there, I don't know why,
We're back. All right, I'm interested to see like what you have to say about this. So like there's always this question. If there was an alternative music stock market, who would you rather put stock in? And I always change these bands up, but this week I chose 𝕹𝖊𝖜 or Enter Shikari.
Oh, Attila for sure.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So why'd you choose them?
So my manager manages a band on Franz's label, and my manager talks to Franz all the time. I don't know lately because of what's going on, but Franz is a good business guy. He's kind of weird, but he knows the business and he kind of knows how to do stuff. I think he is a smarter band.
Right.
Because they know what they're doing. Their songs have no they know what they're doing. They know they're absurd. They just know how to play the game. So
yeah, I think they're on the good side of it too. Like, I mean, like you said, they can kind of play that card a little bit more. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's easier to play the villain card nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, as far as publicity is concerned. I mean, maybe that's been like that the whole time. Maybe that's been the move. Like, you know, you think of like Marilyn Manson, you know, like I'm referring to like back in the MTV days, not this guy, whoever is getting charged with whatever now, but
yeah.
But you know, not referring to that, but like, you know, back in the day, like you know, shock rock or whatever, you know, like what's your opinion on that? Like, do you feel like nowadays you kind of have to have an aesthetic to stand out, or you know, how's that work now in, you know, 2021?
I think if you do anything that's kind of disingenuous, it won't last. Like, it's not like nobody's going to talk about Attila in 20 years. But I think if you want if you want it to last, you have to be genuine to yourself and what you're doing. If you want it to stand the test of time, I think if you want now and for a little bit, I think whatever you do, crazy stuff, if you do stuff that just isn't, like, if you think of any band ever, whoever does the craziest stuff, or does shock value stuff, it's shocking for a second, and then you have 5 people that do it, and then you're kind of like, okay, well, now you just leveled the playing field a little bit. Now you just brought everybody's palate a little duller than what it was. So
I feel that definitely. But anyway, that was all I really had for the hot round because I wanted to get into some other shit. But anyway, I hope you have fun with those. All
Yeah, absolutely.
right, sick. I don't know why either or style questions are always so fun, but
Oh,
they're. But anyway, I wanted to ask you this question. So like your newest song,
yeah.
and I'll try to say how it's written, but like "You Up" text from Death.
Yeah.
So that's a cool title, and I've kind of noticed with like this title and other song titles, you've kind of brought back that early 2000s vibe where you kind of like use a sentence.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, I like things that you can like type in that are not really things. Yeah, I hate band names and I hate song names. Like I just don't like stupid ones. I don't like simple ones. I don't like. It's got to be a reference to something. It's got to be long. I don't know why.
That's funny. So like, I'm just curious, like, what are some bands that you listen to? Because I know I kind of asked you. Oh shit, there you go. I thought I lost you for a second, but
Of course.
Of course, I asked you like some bands, like, do you like between these two? But like, what are some bands that you actually listen to right now, nowadays?
Now and lately, so I don't know if you've ever heard of like Mariana's Trench. They're like a Canadian band.
Okay, I've heard of them just because of typing in August Burns Red's song, and then I saw that it was an artist.
Yeah. Very cool. We're your technical difficulties.
There you go, man.
So I mean, All Time Low, The Used. I've been listening to a lot of 𝕻𝖎 and MGK lately. Just trying to get a feel for what's to come and the new age kind of pop punk stuff going on. I mean, like the Story Bar, Neck Deep, Sleeping with Sirens, every 13-year-old girl listened to from 2003 to 2012. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, there's so much more. I listen to a bunch.
I'm sure. No, that's dope. I mean, I find myself listening to like that type of stuff like a lot, especially here lately. I've been listening to a lot of the stories so far, so you don't have to feel like guilt ridden right now. Like I'm cool with it. So like, we talked about this emo revival or whatever. Have you kind of always stuck to the script as far as doing this? And like, you've been in the scene for a long time. Like, how do you feel about people now? Do you feel like people are like biting your style, so to speak, or like, what is your opinion on it?
So it's weird. Like I just kind of do what I like, and it ends up being, I've never been like I'm emo or anything ever in my life. I just kind of like, I guess I just like the bands, and then everything else just comes around with it. Like I DJ emo night around here.
Okay.
They have me like, well, okay, so I did it like twice. They had me guest DJ. Well, I guess, and this was like before the shutdown and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it, and I guess it went way more well than it did before, because I guess the DJ or whoever they had before didn't really know like emo music. I guess I don't know what he did. I don't know why emo night if you don't know emo stuff. So they had me come in, and I guess it just went over super well for them, and they had me come back, and I actually just did it last Friday, I believe. Nice. Just, yeah, man, the scene's completely, it oversold out by like 50 people.
Damn.
It's cool, man. Everybody still listens to that kind of stuff. Everybody back then obviously still listens to it. And I think people are starting to come back. I mean, everything just comes full circle. So it's in my mind, it's like a 15-year loop. So whatever was cool 15 years ago just comes back and comes back. So
that's fucking true though. Like, because you don't realize it at the time because of like, you're young or whatever, but like how you're saying, like it comes back around. But, looking back on what was popular when, I was coming up, as a kid or whatever in the music scene. Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of seeing like that resurgence coming back around every now and then. Like in your bio, so like here's a question I've been wanting to ask or whatever. So like, you had mentioned working with like Garrett from 𝕾𝖎 𝕻𝖎𝖕 and Justin from 𝕊𝖈 and Motionless and Mabbot and all these people. So like, how did you get plugged in with these people? And, how did that fit into the timeline of the band?
It's a cool story. So like, I guess we'll start from the beginning. So Garrett, if you've never heard of 𝕾𝖎 𝕻𝖎𝖕, you should definitely listen to them. They're amazing. They're the band. They're cool. They're a very emotional band for sure. My guitarist Josh, who was with me for about 6-7 years, he would go to their shows all the time, and he would talk to Garrett at shows and all that stuff. Well, Garrett gave him his contact info and was like, "Hey, do you want to do guest vocals on a song?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course." So he did. He only charged us enough to like go record. So like he did it for free for us, and he just needed to pay his like sound guy to record him, like his recording fee. And we were like, "Yeah, for sure." So it was like a couple $100, no problem. So that was cool. He did it, and it turned out great. And I write everybody's parts. So whatever you hear, whoever guest vocal, whatever, I write the lyrics, and I kind of give them guidelines on what to do, and then they kill it every time. Justin was in 𝕊𝖈 𝖳𝖈 for like ever. For like 12 years. So while 𝕊𝖈 was on the rise and they were getting more, they were just building momentum and stuff. Again, Josh went to their shows when like 10 people were there. And just kind of kept with them. And we started talking to Justin because he posted something about like, "Hey, like I'll like produce your song," or like he's like, "If anybody needs any help writing." We kind of did. We messaged him. We're like, "Hey man, what do you think?" And he said he loved the band. He thought it was sweet. We loved what we were doing. Like he didn't charge us anything, just out of the goodness of his heart. He was like, yeah, we just sent him stuff. He would send us videos of him like, "How about you guys do this for this part?" And he kind of like, he helped us develop a better songwriting method. And then, yeah, that built, and then we started like hanging out and seeing them at like festivals and stuff. And we'd be playing the same places, and our band was making the climb. We hung out at like Launch Music Conference. That's kind of, we go there all the time. But yeah, 𝕊𝖈 was there, and Justin came over, and Spencer, and we became like solidified friends. I don't know. Justin bought us like drinks and stuff. They actually sat 7 feet in front of me when we had to play our show. They were like front and center right there, making me super nervous. So they were just like, "Don't mess up." So that was kind of funny.
That's it.
Yeah. So Justin switched over to Motionless in White. I mean, we still keep in contact. I'm going to go see him here like September. Yeah, man, it was weird. It was weird. He asked to like come stay with us and like write while he still was in 𝕊𝖈. And we were like, "Well, obviously we're not gonna have you sleep on our couch." We're like, "I don't know how to house you."
That's sick.
So that was that. I mean, we're still friends, and we still kind of check in. And then Craig. So my producer of the old song, so the song that just came out, he's out in LA. He knows Craig somehow. Like he knows 𝕍𝖈. Like they like work together. They've like produced stuff together. So 𝕊𝖈 𝕻𝖈 𝕻𝖈 is our producer, and he goes, he's like, hey, you should like have Craig in your song. And I said, okay. And he's like, really? He's like, message him. So I messaged him, and he got back to me, and he's like, yeah, like he got back to me in like 2 minutes.
Damn.
And he was like, yeah, send me the song. I did. And he liked it. He thought it was sweet. And yeah, that's it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that like everyone in the scene is like that 6 Degrees thing. Like everyone's so like plugged in to, you know, another band like so easily.
It's nuts, man. I've met so many people just because of a friend or whatever. It's so crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I've kind of been finding that with like this podcast, obviously, but like, I don't know. It's weird. It's just, I don't know. Do you find it like coincidental a lot of the times, or do you think it just happens that way for a reason?
I definitely firmly believe it happens for a reason. I think no matter what you're trying to do, as long as you're working towards it, it'll happen, and things will happen because you're going. So like if you're sitting there wishing for something, it's not going to happen. But if you make, and it doesn't have to directly coincide with what's going on, but like just because you go out and meet somebody, they end up being somebody somewhere 3 months later for you or something like that. Like if you go to a bar or go to a show, you end up meeting somebody that, like, fun fact, do you like stories?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I feel like I'm talking a lot.
No, it's you're in the right place to be talking a lot.
So we went on tour a couple of years ago, probably like 2 years ago. And so somebody was doing an interview for us, and this girl interviewed us at one of our shows we were playing. So like our kickoff, this was in like Lakewood, Ohio. We played a show, we got interviewed, and then we did our tour. Some time passed. Well, I got asked to come into 𝕺𝖎 Records, and I went in, and a girl that interviewed us ended up getting a job at 𝕺𝖎 Records, and she opened the door and was like, hey, I know you. And that was the first kind of deal. And then we kind of went in there, and I talked to the president and stuff, or the guy that runs whatever branch. And then he started to like introduce me to all of the workers and stuff there. And they ended up all knowing my band because of blah, 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 all because of just little things that I've done. So that made me look way cool. It's just stuff like that. Yeah,
that's
it's just
crazy.
Little, just all end up coming together for some reason. So
that's interesting. Now, I'm a firm believer in fate, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
For sure, man. Absolutely.
You have to believe in something at least. So I kind of want to ask this before we start wrapping it up. But like, all right, so this might be a little personal. I don't know. If you don't feel comfortable asking this or answering this, don't even. But do you think like your type of home life, like you growing up, however you grew up, did that affect you getting into, I guess, heavier music or whatever you want to call this?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. So yeah, like I don't want to be, before we leave all doom and gloom and stuff, but yeah, it definitely, there's like being alone, and then there's like being alone with yourself, which is I think a whole deeper level of when nothing makes you happy and nothing's like makes you feel anything really. There's only certain things you can feel. And when I started listening to like heavier stuff, or even lighter, it's not what's said, it's how it's said. There's just something that brings out, like I almost base all of our music off of that. Like I don't know what it says about me as a person, but it almost makes me feel good when there's no hope and there's like it's all bad. Like nothing's, it almost feels good to say it's never going to get better. Like it's this whole weird thing that I like to bring into the music, and like I don't want you to necessarily feel like that, but if that's how you feel, I want you to say it and kind of feel better. Like owning your own faith.
I feel that. That's dope. But no, I mean, like, we wouldn't leave on a sad note anyways, because I wanted to know about the EP real quick. So Somewhere in Slumber, that just dropped here in February of 2020, whatever. So are we just kind of like chilling on that and seeing like what's up, and seeing like the response, or are you secretly working on some other stuff?
Oh, I'm always right, man. I got a new EP coming out in probably October.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And the EP was really sick, by the way.
Thank you. We have I have a 5-year anniversary of our first EP that we did. That's coming out next month in June, and that's all like pop punk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's all like, it's what we used to do is like next EP Story So Far stuff. I got that, and I got our new vision, my new stuff. It's gonna be less heavy, but it's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it, dude. Like, I've liked everything I've heard so far, so I'm sure it's gonna be great. But dude, thanks so much for your time. Sorry for if this was a drag for you. I hope you had a good time with it though. Is there any like crazy stories from like being on the road that you want to share? I don't want to like overshadow this.
Seth, you can ask me anything you want for the next however long. I'm totally down. I have a million tour stories that I could talk your ear off. You can just like, what do you like? What band do you like?
Let's see. Like, dude, I like all the like solid state type of bands. Any scene band, dude. I'm into it. Like I have like followed this shit forever. So Chelsea Grin, Memphis, 𝕻𝖬𝖈, Bring Me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I got a couple quick stories. Then I'll
sure.
just. But so Memphis 𝕻𝖬𝖈 parked next to us when we played a date at Warped. That was kind of cool. Their bus was right next to ours. They just walked past us. I was like, ah. That was kind of neat. I didn't get to talk to them or anything like that. We kind of had to go. It was a weird time. We were so in a rush that day.
Mm-hmm.
We came as Romans when I was 12 years old. They were at a mall selling CDs, and they tried to I forgot who it was. I don't know the names. But he tried to sell me a CD, and I was 12, so I didn't have any money. But he was like, "Here, check this out." He had like a CD player. He's like, "Listen to this song," and I was like, "This is awesome. This is cool." And I didn't know it was them until way later. I found out that they used to do that, and I remembered the band prior to hearing the band, and nuts. So that was cool. We had a firework fight with Blood on the Dance Floor and Broken Side. So it was us, Broken Side, Blood on the Dance Floor, and we were just shooting Roman candles at each other outside a venue one time.
Those guys seem really cool too.
Yeah, we met Joey Jordison in Iowa. We just stopped at the Guitar Center, and he was there, so that was cool. We talked for hours. It's pretty crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Like, Alisana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean Milkey hugged me for a while. We spent like an Easter in Pennsylvania like 3 years ago now, but that was crazy. We spent a whole weekend with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's nuts.
That's pretty crazy.
My uncle is in a Crown the Empire music video, which is kind of weird. Their new one for 2020, like the guy, my uncle. It's weird.
Why is it your uncle? Like, what does he do?
He moved out to LA to be like an actor and a model and stuff, and now he's doing that and like dog rescue stuff. I guess, yeah, they I don't know how it happened, but his agent or his manager was like, "Do you want to be in a video?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he texted me and he's like, "Hey, do you know who Crown the Empire is?" I was like, yeah, for sure. And he goes, "Well, I'm in their music video," and he sent it to me, and I was like, "What?"
It's crazy. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man. There's so many weird things that happen.
That's a blast, dude. But man, thank you so much for your time, man. I'm not gonna hold you up any longer. I got some stuff I got to get onto, and I'm sure you do as well. So I just want to thank you for your time. And of course, are there any final thoughts? Anything you want to tell the viewers about, you know, what you got going on? Anything that you want to say before we head out?
Oh my God, go to shows. Everybody go support your friends, support local musicians, support all of your photography people, anybody that does anything artistic and stuff, because we're going back. Just abide guidelines and stuff so that we can go back to normal life. For the love of God, please.
Definitely. Dude, thank you so much, man. We'll go ahead and get out of here. And if you're still listening, thank you guys so much. Thank you again, Jake. And, you know, hopefully we'll talk again soon.
For sure, man. Thanks, Seth.
Yeah, no problem. That was it, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It really does mean a whole lot. Okay, we'll be coming back at you next week with a new episode. I love all of you out there who have followed me and continue to follow me. Sometimes I lose followers, sometimes I gain them, but you know what? At the end of the day, all I really want is a core, you know, group that I can talk to about music. That just means a whole lot to me, okay? Don't really have a whole lot of friends, okay? I'm not maybe the best social person. I don't say things the way I would like to express them always, but you know, I try my best. I'm only a human and I do make mistakes. For everyone that has stuck around, I really do appreciate it. Please support any way you can. Like the video, share, subscribe, ring that notification button. You want to be notified every time I drop something. It could be at any period of time. And you can support the podcast. There are links down below in the description. Also, one more thing for you. Okay, it has been brought to my attention via TikTok, okay, that I don't have a lot of playlists on Spotify. Being as a podcast, I should have very awesome playlists. And I agree with you. And I've been making playlists as much as possible, really. I have a 𝕻𝖊𝖜 playlist, which is basically all the new releases in like metalcore, alternative, whatever you want to call it. And also have a lot of, you know, just playlists that I've been making that kind of relate to certain times in my life. You know, middle school, growing up, finding emo, finding my own taste in music, so to speak, stuff like that. So like if you're interested in shit like that, go check it out on Spotify. And if you guys are still listening, I love you guys. All right, I'm out of here for real this time. All right, take care this week, and I hope you guys crush it. Shine on.
Hell yeah.